I came to Shankill 6 years ago, and when I arrived, renovation to the inside of the church was always kind of on the agenda. It was something that we were looking towards. However, 18 months ago, we discovered quite an extensive outbreak of dry rot in the church, and so that required immediate repair, and that was when the church was initially closed for worship, and we're using the Jethro Centre in Flush Place at the other end of town on Sundays now. So that was initially, we were told that would take 6 to 8 months to finish. It took a wee bit longer because it was quite extensive. So then in the course of that, we commissioned the architect to do an inspection of the roof, and we've discovered that the roof was in very, very bad repair. So that's this phase of work at the minute was a complete replacement of the roof. And then we'll move on to the inside, to refurbish the inside, which was always the original intention. So the first couple of phases were, local folks will have noticed about this time last year, there was some scaffolding on the spire, so we had some repairs to do to the spire, which was really the first thing that we did. And then the dry rot outbreak was repaired. So those two phases are now complete and paid for. And we're now into the next phase, which is the roof, and then the final phase after that will be the internal refurbishment of the church, which is to make it more welcoming, more accessible, more flexible, a building that will be fit for use for this current generation and for generations to come. As we sit here in 2023, the building is 160 years old, and we want to ensure that it's there for maybe the next 160 years. So obviously, first and foremost, Shankill Parish Church is a place of worship, has been for all those 160 years, and will continue to be so, and that will be its primary function. But these days, to have a church that's only open for 2 hours a week just doesn't make any sense, for lots of reasons. It doesn't make any sense economically, fundamentally, but more importantly, it doesn't make any sense in terms of the church's, as you say, the outreach to the community. So we hope, we've just appointed an architect to help us think and plan and design the internals of the church for the future. And as I say, we hope that it'll be a place where, yes, we gather, but others around the town who perhaps maybe have never crossed the door of Shankill and just see it as this large building at one end of town. It has this iconic appearance and this iconic nature, but it'll be a place where people feel that they can come into, whether that be to come in during the week for some kind of a drop-in, where they can have coffee and just sit and chat, whether it's for different functions or events. We hope that at the end of this process, the church will be a space that can be used by the community maybe for large events, because it'll probably still be, at the end of this process, the largest capacity building in the town. And we hope that, having been modernised and brought up to date, it could be used in an appropriate way for community events or concerts or things like that as well. And that also it's a place where people can come in and receive support, encouragement. Maybe if people are wanting to explore something about faith, that they can find people to talk to or find events or programs that will help them to do that, and also be supported in lots of other aspects of life as well. Going back to the mid-19th century, this beautiful big building has been, part of the townscape of this place. It's part of the fabric of the town. Wherever you go in the main street or around the town, if you look, you can see the building in some shape or form, whether it's just the spire or whether it's the building itself. So yes, I think it's important for the community that the building is not just preserved. I mean, the preservation, obviously, of the fabric of it's really important, but that it's enhanced, it's developed, and it's made fit for purpose, not just for us, but so that we as a parish can serve the community better. And it's a huge project. It's not without its stresses, and its worries and its anxieties and concerns, but there's a tremendous excitement about how things will be, maybe in a few years' time. Obviously, when the roof is finished externally, the place won't look any different. If you look hard, you might see that it's got new slates, but apart from that, it will not look any different. So I think the big sort of focus in the future in terms of generating people's excitement and their kind of investment of their time and their energy and all of that and their support will be the work that we do internally and as I say, even developing a little bit of the outside. So I think it is tremendously exciting to have this kind of focal point of the town and to be able to develop it in such a way that the town can get excited about it and the town can really benefit from it. And we hope that people will feel as the work continues that they can be a part of it as well.